These days it feels as if a number of impossible to explain phenomena fill our skies at almost every hour of every day. From sightings to supernatural phenomena, to unidentified flying objects, to a number of strange lights and impossible to explain circumstances. It feels as if the years pass by with more and more mysteries invading our skies. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be going over 5 impossible to explain sky phenomena that researchers are trying to better understand in the modern day. Ball lightning. Lightning has always been at the centre of mystery and wonder for our ancestors over the millennia. Even today, there are still unexplainable mysteries surrounding the phenomenon that we just cannot seem to understand. One such case is that of ball lightning. Ball lightning is the strange occurrence of when the conditions appear to be just right and the static discharge of a normal thunderstorm creates what appears to be floating balls of pure lightning and energy. Not only do these strange, unexplained instances of ball lightning create an unexplainable perfect spherical shape out of what should normally be a line connected the negative and positive charges of the sky and ground, but they also appear to move erratically through the sky and have often been mistaken as alien encounters. Interestingly enough, scientists are no closer to understanding what causes ball lightning and believe that the circumstances surrounding the appearance might be completely unexplainable. This is given the numerous amounts of variables surrounding their creation. Additional information has been gathered by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. This shows that these groupings of ball lightning appear to create strange instances of pure radiation such as that of gamma and cosmic radiation. It's due to this that many people have theorized that the electromagnetic properties of the ball lightning are converting the massive amount of electrical energy caused by lightning into a purer form of radiation that seems unexplainable in its transformation. Other reports have claimed that instances of ball lightning seem to be similar to that of a 60-watt bulb glowing and have even come through windows in houses without shattering them. Despite this overwhelming evidence given of their existence and their strange nature, it appears that scientists are no closer to understanding the cause and strange properties of ball lightning in the slightest. Star jelly. Everyone is already well aware of what's supposed to naturally fall from the sky. Rainy days, icy hail, soft snow, these are all normal forms of precipitation that we are used to in our everyday occurrence. For some inexplicable reason, however, there appears to be a common occurrence of a different type of precipitation that does not seem to fit the normal status quo. Nicknamed star jelly, scientists have uncovered reports and evidence of a strange jelly-like substance falling from the sky at random times from all around the world. The material has been found on top of grasses, in trees, on top of buildings, and covering hard mountainous regions. In fact, many have even reported watching the material fall from the sky as it was falling, and that it was not a mere piece of material found already existing on the ground. Despite the placement of this jelly-like substance, scientists claim that the star jelly is nothing more than frog ovum that has been expanded from the exposure to rainwater. Unfortunately, this explanation seems to be a lackluster attempt, as many others have tested the material and proved that not a single trace of DNA, plant or animal exists within the material. Reports of this strange jelly-like substance falling from the sky, of which is described as being a milky white or translucent and with the consistency of shredded jello, has been mentioned in documents as old as the 1300s and still seems to baffle people in the modern era. Not only are we no closer to explaining it, it appears that researchers are making next to no attempt to even acknowledge its existence. Cities in the clouds. Fata Morgana. Back on the 20th of October in 2015, there appeared to be a number of sightings all across China of floating cities residing within the clouds. Videos began to surface all across the internet of the strange phenomenon, with the cities seemingly resting amongst clouds, appearing to be massive skyscrapers floating in the distance, filled with massive constructions and lights bouncing around. When video enthusiasts attempted to debunk the footage, rather than finding evidence of a hoax, they only helped to confirm the video's authenticity, of which led to the sightings becoming an internet phenomenon of people attempting to understand what was being witnessed. Some claimed that the floating city was that of a massive alien spaceship that was floating above the Chinese territories. However, a closer examination of the footage showed that the city was far more human in its design, and seemed to bear similar resemblance to a nearby Chinese city located where the sighting had originally taken place. This led some to claim that perhaps the sighting was that of an experimental Chinese program that allowed their cities to take flight to temporarily prevent damage from earthquakes or other natural phenomena. However, the absurdity of this claim became too obvious for the theory to have held any merit. The truth was that the floating city sighting and subsequent video footage was merely that of a Fata Morgana, a common atmospheric illusion that causes images far off in the distance to appear as if they are floating in the sky, high above the horizon. The optical illusion occurs when layers of warm and cold air create an atmospheric duct that acts similar to that of a refracting lens, creating an almost mirrored image of the object past the horizon and making it appear as if it is floating amongst the clouds. Such illusions have allowed people to see images of cities far past the curve of the horizon, made it appear as if boats were sailing through the air or as if cities themselves were built amongst the clouds. Though this phenomenon has become somewhat an explained natural illusion, such sightings never fail to baffle those witnessing it. Interestingly enough, there are many that reject the idea of a Fata Morgana having been responsible for the Chinese floating city sightings, claiming that the video shows more than enough evidence of three-dimensional movement that would not have been possible with a refracted image. New York, 1898 mysterious lights. Back in 1898, before the invention of heavier-than-air styled aircraft, of which used propellers or other thrust-generating lift to support its weight and generate stable lift, the only aircraft around the world known at the time was that of lighter-than-air style aircraft, such as that of hot air balloons or even the invention of Zeppelin-style craft. Despite this technological limit, however, it appears that over the town of Babylon, located in the state of New York, there appeared to be a rather impossible to explain mystery light. This light was observed hitting speeds far greater than that of any current aircraft during the time. Witness accounts claim that the light was first spotted at roughly 8:45 p.m, located far east of the town of Babylon. As additional witness reports poured in, many claimed that after a period of time, the light began to move south and stayed at the same altitude as it passed overhead on a direct path. Along its path, reports detailed that the light would fade out of existence, only for it to fade back in further along its path, as if it were jumping between distances within the blink of an eye. After a short period, the light faded and completely vanished from sight. Shortly after, as people gathered together to talk about the sighting, a mass panic began to erupt as many believed that the sighting was evidence of a war soon to begin, as during this time, the world was on the brink of war. Officials soon came in and claimed that the sighting was nothing more than a natural phenomenon, and that it was nothing more than the northern lights that had gotten as far south as Babylon, and that it was nothing to be alarmed over. Though many accepted this half-hearted explanation, others claimed that the light was not like that of any natural phenomenon they had ever seen, and claim it to have been some sort of experimental aircraft impossible to explain. Raining insects. Similar to that of the strange appearance of the star jelly, it appears that unexplainable precipitation is quite a common occurrence all across the world. There have been myths and rumours from all around the world that make similarly outlandish claims of fish, snakes, jellyfish or octopus raining from the sky, but probably one of the strangest stories comes from a small town in Brazil. Located in a small town 250 miles west of Sao Paulo was a community struck by an event of spiders raining down from the sky. Experts believe that spider eggs were inhibiting the thick clouds up above and hatched all at once to leave millions of spiders softly falling from the sky. This led to the entire town being covered in the cobwebs of millions of spiders that dangled from rooftops and telephone wires all across the area. Additionally, scientists have claimed that around Sao Paulo and its neighbouring cities, it's not an unusual sight to see a sky speckled with spiders, as one species is capable of creating tiny web-like parachutes and travel thousands of feet into the air when the wind conditions aren't just right. It appears that this event is seasonal, and it can occur once every few years and lead to a complete annihilation of native flying species, mosquito epidemics and other pests that spiders seem to completely rid the area of in a sort of large-scale cleanup event. Unfortunately, there seems to be no way to predict when this event will occur and no working theory as to how the spider eggs can be planted, stay up and survive the strong wind forces above the earth and inside thundering clouds. But what do you all think of these unexplained sky phenomena that scientists are unable to fully understand even in the modern day? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.